Now we're looking at graphs of lines, still using the point slope formula. So in this example, I want to write down the equation of the line for the graph of line R, which is this line right here. You have an individual practice that you're going to try line M. But for now, let's do R. Well, the first thing I need to know is that the equation of a line is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So I need to figure out what y1 is, what m is, and what x1 is. So let's start with the slope. Slope is rise over run. I'm going to start from this point and go down 1 and to the right 2. I can pretty much go to any point on this line where these two dotted lines meet exactly. I wouldn't want to go here. In this case, that works pretty well because it's right where the two axes meet. That point would work as well. Any of these, when I connect them, you're going to find it's going to go down half as much as it goes over horizontally. So the rise is half of the run, which means the slope is 1/2, but it's actually negative because it's going down from left to right. So when the line goes down from left to right, the slope is negative. Now, I also know that the point that's marked on here is 4, -2. So I can just substitute into this equation. Y minus -2 equals -1/2, that's the slope, times, notice the parentheses, x minus 4. I can make that plus 2, and that's pretty much my equation of the line. I will get into the other forms for the equation a little bit later. In this example, now I'm going to give you the equation of the line, and you're going to graph it. So we have y plus 2 equals -1/4 times x minus 3. Well, what are the coordinates that this is passing through? Since it's in point slope form, the easiest way to look at this is that it's normally y minus y1. So whatever I need to put in here to make it 0. So this looks like y minus -2. So the y coordinate's -2. This looks like plain old x minus +3. So the x coordinate is +3. So there's my point. My slope is -1/4. So I'm going to use that to graph it. I'm going to go down 1 because it's negative and over 4. Connecting that, there's the graph of my line. And you also have one to graph. You can do it on the same graph here for the individual practice. Now with horizontal lines, these can be a slightly interesting equation. It's actually pretty easy. Let's start by drawing a horizontal line through -1, 6. So there it is, -1, 6. And what's the slope of that line? Well, the rise is 0. Even if I go here, I'm going up 0 and over 2. So my slope could be 0 over anything I set it here, which will always be 0. Now that I know the slope is 0, I can use the point slope formula to find the equation of the line. So I'm going to use this point and the slope is 0. So there's a 0, there's a 6 into y1, the -1 into x1. Now 0 times anything is 0. So I don't even have to go x plus 1, 0x plus 0. It's all 0. Then I add 6 to both sides and I get the equation y equals 6. Now I want to list 3 other points on the line. So let's start with this guy, which is -2, 6. Then I'll add a point there, which is 0, 6. And another point there, which is 3, 6. Why does the equation we just wrote down make sense? Well, we wrote down y equals 6. Well, yeah, y is always 6. So y equals 6 makes sense for horizontal lines passing through the y-coordinate of 6. For vertical lines, and I'm leaving the line up there because you're going to draw this on the same graph, it's going to be a little more interesting. So we're going to draw a vertical line through the point 3, -2. There it is. And what I want to do is look at a couple other points on this line. So here we go. Here are a few other points and their coordinates. What do you notice about the behavior of this line? Well, it's x equals 3. So the equation of the line is x equals 3. Now the crazy thing about this line is that the slope is undefined. We do not know what it is. The rise could be, you could say, oh, it's 4 over 0. Well, we don't know how to divide by 0. So if you see slope undefined, that means it's a vertical line. And if it's a vertical line, the x stays the same. So it's x equals whatever any of those x coordinates are. So for further reflection, how do you choose the points to find the slope from a graph? Make sure that they're clear points where you can easily tell what the coordinates are. Don't try to say, oh, it's close to that. How do you choose the point to use for the point slope formula? It can be, if you have 2 points, it can be either point. If you have only 1 point, obviously that's what you're going to use. And what could be the shortcut for graphing horizontal lines if you know one of the points? Well, if it's horizontal, the y value is always staying the same, so it's y equals the y coordinate. And why can't we use the point slope formula for the vertical lines? Well, slope is undefined, so we have no known value that we can substitute in there.